I'm using a microwave safe bowl and a half a cup of brown sugar. Then I have 1 tablespoon of butter and a 2nd tablespoon of butter in that bowl. I'll then get a little bit of vanilla extract, roughly a teaspoon size amount, right in there to flavor this up. And my honey bear. Okay, yes, I've got an awesome treat today. We're gonna put roughly a 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of that honey right in our bowl here with that sugar and butter. And I think that's plenty. Now we're gonna pop this in the microwave. Now that that's fully dissolved and very hot, using a microwave safe glove or safe hand, you're gonna take 1 teaspoon of baking soda and plop it right in there. And watch this come together. It is so exciting. So that hot soup with that baking soda is gonna cause a chemical reaction, and this is gonna get really nice and light and start to bubble up just like that. That's what you're looking for, that nice, light, fluffy texture. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're gonna take this fluffy texture and I'm gonna pour it just like this all the way across those pretzels. Yum. Now that it's slightly cooled down so I can hold it with my hand now. Just moving quickly because this will start to set up. This is a quick, simple, easy microwave brittle recipe, okay? So we're gonna take that brittle and we're just gonna kind of spread it over top of our pretzels, moving really fast. All right, and if you have to shuffle them around a little bit. So we have that brittle on every single piece of those pretzels. Now I need a second bowl and I'm gonna dump in 1 full container or 1 full large bag of chocolate chips. Yep, those are my semi-sweet morsels right into my bowl. Then I'll follow it up with a second half of a bag. So this is just 1.5 bags of those morsels into my microwave safe bowl. We'll go ahead and melt these down. And just like that, a couple minutes in the microwave and this is nice and silky smooth. And I'm just going to take my chocolate here and I'm going to easily run it across the top of my pretzels, working really kind of quickly here because I want to make sure that this chocolate doesn't set up too quickly as it hits that brittle. And then I'm just going to spread that delicious chocolate. Oh my gosh, it's so creamy and so yummy. I can smell it. This is a really quick and simple recipe to put together. Honestly, you really only need about 10 minutes total time. Make sure it's in a nice and even layer. And then I like to go back up and down to create this sweeping motion, this beautiful drag in that chocolate. We need nuts. So I'm gonna use cashews. Peanuts would be excellent. Almonds would be great. I just love cashews, especially around the holidays. So I'm gonna take my cashews and I'm just kind of gonna sprinkle them around on top of my chocolate here, okay? So it's gonna be nutty and crunchy. We're gonna have that delicious chocolate and that caramely brittle flavor. So good. Okay, so I have a whole bundle of cashew nuts on top. I just have a pinch of salt and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of sprinkle a little salt. There is salt on the nuts, so you don't need to do that, but I wanted to. That's gonna really open up those taste receptors. Here we go. Now I'll set this into my refrigerator for 30 minutes to an hour, just to make sure that chocolate's fully set. Let's do it. Now that the chocolate is set, let's check it out. Using a spatula, I'm just gonna kind of wedge it underneath the front of my bark here, just trying to pry it out of that sheet pan or my cookie tray so that we can pull up the back. Remember, we have that paper underneath, right? So we're gonna have to take that parchment paper and pull it back off because remember, we have that brittle underneath our bark, right? And we have all those pretzels under there. So beautiful. They're encased completely in that hard crackle brittle. And we'll go ahead and flip this back on over so we have the cashews on one side. And then we're just gonna go ahead and break this up. It's gonna be perfect for our cookie trays. This will go great in little gift bags. And we'll go ahead and just continue to crack that. Oh my gosh, Yum, look at that. Okay, I gotta give this a taste. I am so excited. All right, let's take a bite. Hold up. This is so good. Oh my gosh, that brittle is like a delicious caramel and the chocolate and the cashews and the pretzels. This is awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments. And look, it's still it's almost like a toffee. Don't forget, share with your friends.